Hi everyone, welcome along. Somewhere slightly different today. I'm hiking along the shore of Coastal Inlet and I'm looking for a camp spot. So tonight I'm doing a solo overnight along the shore of this Coastal Inlet. I'm currently looking for a decent spot to set up camp. I'm also looking for a water source too, because I only have one small bottle of water with me and I need to find a source of fresh water, keep myself topped up for today and tomorrow. It's currently early morning, it's just coming 10 o'clock. I've been hiking now, walking along for around an hour, kind of going around a sort of a headland. The other side of it was, the wind was blowing into it, so it's kind of, this side here is quite sheltered. Tide is currently out, as you can probably see. Don't have much gear with me. Well, this big backpack would say otherwise, but I don't have a tent with me today. My first time going camping without a tent. I just have two tarps. I only plan to use one of them. The other one's there just as an emergency backup, I suppose. But tonight is given a bit of rain. It's supposed to stay dry for the day, but then come around 12, 1 o'clock at night, the rain's coming in and quite a bit of it, I think. It's going to be heavy, so it's going to be interesting. First time without a tent and it's going to be rainy. And I've also never camped along this shoreline either. So it's going to be good, it's going to be fun. There's running high tides at the minute too, so the tide's coming quite far up the shoreline, as I'll show you there. So I need to get my camp spot right up from the shore. Normally you would have a wee bit of give there and I could easily pop a shelter system on the shoreline itself, on the stones, which would make things a lot easier, I would think. But we have to go with what we got, work with what we've got here. So that's what I'm going to do. So, as I say, I'm currently also looking for a water source, otherwise I'm going to be a very thirsty guy come tomorrow. I'll crack on up the coast here and I'll get back to you if I see something interesting. Okay, so I think I've found a water source. I can hear water up here now. I'll get a look, get in here to see what it's like. Loads of firewood in here now. Now, have a listen. You can hear that. I'll turn the microphone towards. Yeah, there's definitely a trickle going there, alright. Let's have a look. Oh yes. Yeah, a bit of runoff coming there. It's not huge, but we can work with that. So that's good. That's one thing sorted. The water. Hear those guys? It's curlews. I also seen a good spot for a shelter back there, but I might continue on up to see if I see a better one. One thing's for sure, there's plenty of resources for building shelter here. We'll continue on a bit and see if we find a better spot, and if I don't find a better spot fairly soon, I'll just go back to that original spot and we'll get this water sorted out too, because I'll have a lot of clearing to do in here as well for that. So yeah, I'll batter on. Okay, so I hiked around another K or so up the shore there, and there's nothing really of significance. There's no other water sources, and there's no better shelter spots either. So I'm back now at the watering hole. I'm going to get cracking, sorting that out a wee bit, and then once I've that done, I'm going to go on down and get the shelter situation sorted, because I'm not sure if the tide was going out there, but it could possibly be starting to come back in now. And as they say, the tide waits for no man, so I better get cracking on this. That's that pretty much done. We'll let that fill up for us now while we get to work on the shelter. Okay, so the tide is rapidly on its way in here. In another 3 hours it'll be fully up. And I got the floor cleared away for putting the shelter up. So we're just coming up to our wee water hole now. Let's hope it's ran itself clear. So here we go. Bit of sediment at the bottom, but overall it looks alright. We should be able to scoop it out gently enough to get the cleanest water up into it. But all that sediment's just lying at the bottom. Anyway, we'll get it filled up and get out of here. Well, that's some pretty awful, terrible brown water. But we'll see how good this water filter bag is at filtering this out. Hopefully it'll get it clear enough anyway. If not, we'll have to come back and just drip feed the wee bottle or something, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Get back to camp. Get it hung up. Okay, time has come to try and get some of this very salty water filtered. As you can see here, it hasn't settled at all in the bag, so I'm just going to go ahead and pour it into the water filter bag here. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, let's get to it. I would say this is not a good sign. It's running very, very, very slow, which means it's getting clogged straight away with all that salt. Yeah, that's going down to a drop. I'd say that's going to pretty much stop in no time. Yeah, so it's a bit of a disaster. And we're kind of landlocked in here now too. Or waterlogged, whatever you call it. The tide's right up. Anyway, I'll have a think about this. Oh man, I just got a real lucky break. I went about 20 metres to the left of the camp here, and there's a wee river right beside us. I don't know how I missed it. It was quite covered up now with bushes and stuff, but there was quite a noise coming out of it, so I just don't know how I didn't hear it on the way here. But I've got to show it to you. I'm going to bring down this filter bag and give it a wash out down there. So I'll give this bag a wash and get back to camp, get a fire started up. Well, it's finally got dark. Well, it's just starting to get dark. It's currently just 20 to 5. I have a cup of tea there now. That wee pot finally got boiled up, so I'm going to drink pretty much the entire contents of that thing. I'm absolutely starved and I'm thirsty too. In the meantime, I've got a bit of bedding in here. Some ivy leaves and some dried fern. I need to get a wee bit more just to keep me off that wet ground. I have a mat to go on top of this too, but I'm thinking even with the mat it's going to be, I would get soaked because the ground is very wet. But anyway, I'm going to have this cup of tea and I'll get back to you then when I'm having a bit of a cook up. Now this is a fillet steak I'm putting in here. Kind of a waste boiling it, but it'll be tasty nonetheless. I have another piece there as well. I might just roast it over the fire or something. There's a mighty lot of stuff in here. Fillet steak, cabbage, onion, carrot and potatoes. So get that on the fire now. Get it on the coals here. Get the wee lid on and wait impatiently for that to cook. Well, this stew is just about done. I'll put a wee bit of gravy in it now. Finish it off. I'd say that should do it. I tell you, I'm looking forward to getting in for a lie down after this, because I'm tired. I'm hungry at this stage too. A couple of wee bits of steak and roasting here. This guy's getting a wee bit burnt. The rest of the big slab up here, up on top of the stone. I'm gonna slow cook it. This is the other wee bits of. There's the wee bits of steak here. They're slowly cooking there, but there's not enough heat to cook them. But it keeps the bugs and things away. There was a bloody, like a caterpillar or something on this piece of steak in the packet. He thought he had hit the jackpot. Well, I did hit the jackpot. He just didn't get to hang around. Right, I'll talk to you in a bit. Well, finally got the stew made. The wind is suddenly they just changed direction and it's blowing straight into the shelter now. Kind of expected the wind to change slightly, so hopefully it won't last too long. It's only a very slight breeze, but could be the start of this rain on the way. Let's get a taste of this. Oh man. Oh. Oh, it's so good. It's amazing how good things taste when you haven't eaten for ages. Oh, that steak is just amazing. I fashioned myself a bit of a bench here too. Just a couple of Y branches, or 4. One that way, one is kind of going opposing directions, and then I stick in between them. Or sitting on it. Only a simple thing. But it makes your life a whole lot easier when you've got somewhere to sit. I cut some more ivy too to put down, because it's just a stew, which is a soaking mess. It's just a swamp in here. Ideally I should have made a raised bed, but I just don't think there would have been enough straight sticks for it. So we'll just have to make do with the vegetation underneath the mat. Hopefully it should be okay. Kind of roughing it tonight anyway. This is my new cup set, as I was saying. It's all black now. I've discovered that you can't boil water and not get these things dirty. It's impossible. As much as you might want to, as much as I might want to. I spent a long time trying to get the water to boil without putting it too close to the flames. And they end up with just like shove it up there. Get it boiling. As you can see now, my bottle's in the back and the flames there too. And I've got my fillet steak on the stone there. It's cooking away readily. I think I'm going to have to maybe throw a tarp, have another tarp over the bottom of the legs. Because that rain is most likely going to be hitting my feet. I don't want to get my blanket soaked. It's going to be the first time for me sleeping out in the open, so to speak. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy waking up tomorrow morning and seeing that view out there of the water. Hopefully it'll be a nice day, a nice morning, and I won't be flooded out of it either. I don't think it will. I want to say also, thanks for watching, anybody who is watching and watching most of the videos. I know a lot of people probably just skim through them, but if you are watching all the videos all the way through, thanks very much. It helps me out with this a lot, and with this channel is what I mean. And let me know where it is you're watching from. I know people are watching these videos from all over the world. As I'm sure you're aware, I'm in Ireland here. There's one smoky piece of fillet steak. Slow cooked on a stone. Well, that's me in the bed for the night. It's 10:30. I think I'm just about started here. Hopefully I'm not going to wake up wet. Overall it's a pretty nice night. Got the fire going. I'm going to let it burn out. It's actually quite bright here now tonight. I changed the position of my sleeping bag too. The same position I was going to go. I sort of going perpendicular now, straight up and down. And there's a slight pointing downhill, mind you. So I don't know if I'm going to be kind of sliding down a bit. I don't think so though. I think I've got enough sort of indentations in the ground here to keep me in the one spot. So barring any kind of shocking rain or other mad happenings throughout the night, I would say that's a big good night, and see you in the morning. Hi everyone. Well, the rain has arrived anyway. It's just 5 to 1 here now. It's arrived pretty much bang on time. It's been going since about 12:30. And it's pretty heavy. So that's the situation. Hopefully it doesn't last too long. I think it's only given to rain for maybe an hour or two. There's like a seam in this tarp, and it's not, well, it was taped, but it just came off. It's kind of running down there, but as you can see. But yeah, it's definitely heavy enough anyway. Anyway, just thought I'd give you that quick update. I'll leave it there and go back to sleep. And hopefully not get too soaked. See you in the morning. Oh. Hi everyone. Good morning. That was a wet night. Oh. It's just coming up to 9 o'clock. A few drips and drops, but nothing to worry about. Everything's reasonably dry. It's a pretty dull morning. There's a bit of a breeze. It's not coming straight into the shelter, but it's kind of blowing alongside. They say that one good layer below is worth 3 layers on top, and I'll believe that now. Had a reasonably good sleep, although just I kept waking up every so often with the cold from the ground. I thought the mat would be enough insulation to keep me warm, but the fact that the ground is wet below made a massive difference. I think if I was to stay here another night, I'd either get a lot more leaves underneath this or just build a raised bed, because if I didn't have that cold coming up from the ground, I would have had a very good sleep. But for the most part, I'd sleep there. Yeah. Oh, I'll give you a look outside here now. You see. Get up, get a bit of breakfast on, get some tea on. Yeah, enough talking. Time to get up. I don't want to get up though. I'm quite cozy in here now. I ended up putting my fleece blanket inside the sleeping bag too, just to keep me extra warm. Now we'll get up. We'll get up and we'll get out. So I said last night I would show you a wee bench I made. So it's basically just 4 Y branches and then a fairly sturdy branch or log set on top of those, and the Y branches are kind of going opposing directions. But anyway, this fire's getting going good now. We'll get some water in our cup and get started boiling, started cooking. Time to get some bacon on now. So nothing too fancy here, just wee wraps, tortilla wraps, whatever you call them, some bacon, some cheese, and this guacamole sauce, topping sauce. If you can ever get the flipping top off it. Why do they make these things so hard to get off? I don't know. It's like they put these wee tabs all around it to make it nice and easy, but it's not that easy, really. There we go. It's a bit of jalapeno in this too, so I'll try it on one. I'm not a big fan of jalapeno. I thought the avocado of the guacamole sauce would be nice. I get that last bit of bacon. Oh, it's a terrible mess here now. All together with the rain last night. Let's give this a try now. See if we can get this thing wrapped up without it spilling all over the place. Oh, that's nice. And jalapenos give it a nice wee very gentle kick. And the guacamole sauce gives a nice creaminess. I don't have to explain how good bacon is. Wash it down with some tea. Oh, man, that's good. And probably here it's getting really windy now. Anyway, I'll continue eating this and get packed up, and then we'll head home. Well, that's it. Camp's done. All packed up, heading home. Luckily the tide's still out. I think it's just starting to turn and come in now. But an enjoyable experience. Thanks for watching if you have watched this far. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. If you want to see more of it. Hopefully we'll get out for more overnights. We'll get out in the woods and along the shore, down to the sea, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully next time, maybe a bit of kayak camping. There's a big boat coming up the channel here, up the Narrows. Let's take a look. It's pulling some fish farms behind it, or fish cages, whatever you call them. Let's make a slow progress. Oh, it's getting windy now, alright. And we're just going round the point here, round the headland. The wind's coming straight at me. I said this last night, forgot to say it again, but let me know where you're watching from. Let me know in the comments. Quite interested to know where everybody's watching these videos from around the world. Also, if you like a video, let me know by giving it a like or leaving a comment. That way I know what's working, what's not. And you can let me know what you like about the videos or what you particularly don't like about the videos. That way I can tailor them a bit more and adjust them to make them better. Oh, really, it's amazing down here. I'll do it every day if I could. guacamole! See you in the next one. I'm nearly back to the car and I've come across a group of big swans here. I'm not sure what type they are. Could be whooper swans maybe. Well, that was a nice end to the trip there, I must say.